Hey guys, El Prez here, Jake Boomer with Alpha Angler, and today I'm introducing a new rod, the Alpha Elite Spec 7'10" heavy. And before I get more into this rod, it's an awesome rod, I want to talk about the Elite Specs. We released an Elite Spec last month, the 7'4" heavy, and it's going to kind of be this culmination of all of our great custom shop rods that we design. So ever since Alpha Angler has been in existence, we have made custom rods. We have a custom shop. You can send us an email and ask us to build custom products. Every rod that does really well, we tend to make a lot of. We decided to make an Elite Spec version of it. So these are rods that customers call, they ask for. The rod itself kind of grows legs and more people are calling and asking for it. And so we're picking one about every other month to become an Elite Spec, which will be the highest kind of custom production line stuff that we're making. So for this month, last month was a 7'4" heavy. For this month, the custom rod that we've kind of fallen in love with is a 7'10" heavy. And I know there's a lot of heavier rods, like our mag hitter is a punching rod and our hitter is a flipping rod, but this is a very unique rod in that the story goes like this. Back in like 2015, 2016, we had a 7.5 foot heavy rod, but it didn't have that really heavy back section that you'd see in a flipping rod. So the flippers were like, hey, I need more power. But the offshore guys that like to throw big football heads and stuff like that offshore, they were like, hey, you got rid of that rod. We love that rod. So we brought it back by customer demand, angler demand, and made it, we made a lot of the custom versions of that, and we made it into a 7'10", but because it was an offshore rod, we wanted to move a lot of line. Well, the end result was we went to North Fork and designed this blank. It's a high modulus Toray Graphite blank that's a heavy action power, but it's not a flip and stick heavy. It's got a great parabolic bend and it loads evenly down the blank. It's really good for throwing like a big football head or like a big mop jig like this offshore. That's a Magnum Baits beef craw. That is a staple up here in the Northwest. I know guys use it down in California quite a bit. The big jig is kind of really the home base for this rod. You TVA guys, you Pickwick guys, this is your offshore 1 ounce jig rod when you're dragging it in current and deep water. It's going to move a lot of line. It's going to load up really evenly, and you're not going to lose a lot of fish. We used our low drag guide system, which we've kind of perfected over our bait caster lineup. There's a different version of it, low drag guide system we use in our spinning rods, but it's awesome. We use a cork handle. It's just kind of the look and feel that most of our customers asked for. So we're like, all right, we'll just put it in the Elite Spec. So that's what this Elite Spec is. And let me tell you a couple other things we really like about it. A couple other techniques that are really good for it. One that's really taken off is the big 1 ounce scrounger. It's awesome for that. I know that's a TVA thing. You throw it a long ways, you're reeling it on the bottom. When they eat it, you gotta crank them. You gotta get that hook in their mouth. A lot of times they eat it from behind and they're coming behind it. You gotta move all that line. Another one that guys are using it for is the 8-inch mag draft. It's a bunch of plastic that you gotta fling out there. But the actual hooks on the 8-inch mag draft are pretty stout. It's hard. You really need to drive them and you really need to pull that fish to you because there's so much plastic that ends up outside of their mouth after they eat it. You want power. And you want a good parabolic bend. The 1 ounce spinnerbait with a big trailer, perfect for that. 20-pound test, fluorocarbon, bomb it way out there, reel it on the bottom. And so for like in the spring, our guys use this as their kind of their light flipping rod, especially the guys that like a longer rod for flipping brush or light grass or flipping laydowns. This is an awesome rod for that. So check it out on alphaangler.com, the 7'10" Alpha Elite Spec. Thanks for watching, guys.